here we go, getting ready for our main attraction. So this is getting the butter ready that we're going to smooth all over our turkey. So here I am chopping up some sage, rosemary, and thyme leaves. And we also have 2 softened sticks of butter. And we're going to just smash the butter up in a bowl and add our herbs to it, as well as a bit of garlic powder and a good amount of salt and pepper. All right, here is my turkey. Now this turkey is about 20.5 pounds. So it's a big one. And how I'm getting started is I have it laying on another baking sheet. And I've taken out everything that they put on the inside. So I've taken out the giblets package and I've taken out the neck because we don't want to leave any of that stuff in there. And we just want an empty cavity on the inside. Okay, time for the fun part. So I have a cookie sheet down here, my turkey on top of it. This is a 20 pound, almost 21 pound turkey. So this is a big one. So what I'm going to do now is that we have our herb butter. So this has the sage, rosemary, thyme in it, as well as some garlic powder, salt and pepper. So I have this here. And what you want to do is you want to very gently try to get under the turkey's skin. So you're going to be able to peel back the skin a little bit with your fingers is the easiest way to do this. And so there's going to be the meat and there's going to be the skin. And you're just going to get under the skin and loosen it up everywhere that you can, because what we're going to do is take this butter and we're going to push it under the skin, and that's going to make our turkey really delicious and moist. So another thing that I've done to prep this turkey is I've removed the innards. So it usually comes with a bag of the giblets, as well as typically the neck of the turkey. And some people like to eat these. The best thing you could do is probably make some turkey stock with it. But I've just set them to the side for now. I've also rinsed this turkey and I've patted it dry because we want to try to get it as dry as possible so that we can make crispy skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a handful of butter. I'm going to put it under the skin in a couple different places. And then I'm just going to push it and kind of smooth it all over under the skin. And just thin it out and it'll start covering under the skin really nicely. A little bit more. Look at the legs. And then with the rest of your butter, you're just going to smooth it all over the surface of the skin. Make sure you get the wings. Okay, now that your butter is everywhere, we're gonna put a little bit of stuff inside. Some people like to stuff the inside a lot, but I don't think it's quite necessary. So what I have here is I have 2 lemons cut up. So we're just gonna put that in there. And I have some more sprigs of the herbs we use. So the thyme, the rosemary, and the sage. And I'm gonna put that in there as well. And then my other lemon. You can put an onion as well. You can put garlic cloves, whatever flavoring that you'd like. Okay, and now I'm going to get my roasting pan and we're going to put this breast side up onto the roasting pan off of the cookie sheet. All right, so here we have our turkey done. It's ready to go in the oven. Some people like to tie the legs together, but I like to keep them untied just so there's a lot of juices flowing out so that we can make gravy out of it later. And I don't really have too much in there that I have a problem falling out. So we're gonna put this in the oven. Typically you do about 13 minutes per pound for an unstuffed turkey and 15 minutes per pound for a stuffed turkey. So this one being about 20 pounds, we're probably gonna be in the oven for about 4.5 hours, maybe more, maybe less, but we're gonna start checking it about 75% of the way through because we want to take it out when it reaches a level of 160 degrees. Now your turkey is fully cooked when it's 165, but it's gonna cook a little bit more when it's out of the oven. And the last thing you want is a dry turkey. So let's put this in the oven and then we'll see how it turns out. So what you're seeing here is that I have about an hour left on my timer, and I had originally set it to 4.5 hours. And I am checking for doneness to see what all the different spots look like. So still not done in a few areas, a little warmer in others. So it's gonna be popped back into the oven and I will check it again in about 20 minutes or so. So I've taken my turkey out again a little bit later and I'm considering this done. It's registering about where I'd like it to in the thickest parts and it's getting pretty warm in the other parts. So I've taken this out and now we are going to let this rest. And while the turkey is resting, it's the perfect time to start on your gravy. So I've turned on both my front and back burner here since the roasting pan takes up both spots, and I've gotten kind of the more crusty bits out that are left over and just leaves more of the drippings. So what I'm going to do is deglaze it with a cup of that chicken stock and just scrape up all those little bits, and then we're going to transfer it to a glass measuring cup. And what you can do is you can put this in your fridge and freezer for a little while, just depending on the amount of time you have. And when it cools, that will help separate the fat from the liquid. And you can then use that fat to mix with your flour and make a roux. If you don't have the time to do that, you can just use butter and then add the drippings as is. So it's just up to you depending on how much time you have to work with. So once you've made your flour and butter roux, you're going to whisk back in your turkey drippings, and you're just going to keep whisking and whisking until you've incorporated everything. And then you are going to bring it to a boil for a minute or two, and then turn it down to a simmer and keep whisking so that it thickens up. It's probably going to be about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, we did it. Everything for a good Thanksgiving dinner, all homemade from scratch. We've got our buttery turkey, our turkey gravy, our cranberry sauce, our sweet potato casserole, our green bean casserole, and our stuffing, and for dessert, our delicious apple pie. And if I can do it, you can do it too, and that's what I want you to take away from this video. So I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving with your family and friends, whether you're cooking for a small group or a large group. It's going to be delicious, and I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching today. I want to remind you that all of the recipes that I made here today are going to be linked in the description box. I will have all of the ingredients, the measurements, the oven temperatures, and cooking times available in those links, as well as linking some of the items I used today in case you're interested in using some of them for yourself. But I wish you a really happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you have an amazing time with your friends and family. And let me know down below which one of these dishes you're going to recreate. I'll see you next time.